Okay, see here it is. Guys, everybody can able to hear now? Okay, you can able to see the screen, right? So I'm drawing something on a paint.
Sir, screen is not visible, sir.
In go to meeting or here? Yes, yes. In a go to meeting,
Go
right?
to meeting, sir.
Okay. Now
Visible, sir.
it's all right. So I would draw two boxes and two lines. Okay. So look at this one. This is a CPU and this is RAM. So just one point I want compulsory have to tell, because CPU will do arithmetic and logical operations, means plus, minus, divisions, subtractions, logical operations like a AND gate, NOR gate, like kind of stuff. Like CPU means the central processing unit. Okay, it is a central processing unit. So, okay, central processing unit. So it do ALU means arithmetic and logical unit. It contains arithmetical and logical unit and CU. Mainly these two parts. There are a lot of parts are there, but these are the main important parts of CPU. So what this arithmetic and logical unit will do? So ALU will do your additions, subtractions, multiplications, divisions, okay, like this, and also logical operations. Okay, what are the logical operation? AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, like that. So NAND gate, NOR, XOR, XNOR. These are logical operations. Okay, to do these multiplications, divisions and all, actually computer, the internal circuit like a transistor connection, will use this logical gates only. Using a logical gate only, we'll get a additional operations. Computer don't understand plus minus kind of stuff. Computer can understand a instruction with a binary data. Okay, so like logical operator, it is a computer chip, means it's a logical part, not something like you said a plus b, like that. So you don't understand a or b or a plus also. It understand by logical operation, so the instruction will convert into the uh, logical operation. Okay, but what is ALU? Arithmetic and logical operations. These are arithmetic operations, these are logical operations. Next, to understand, CPU don't have any memory. CPU don't have any memory. So a lot of people. So where it is stores? It stores in a CPU. It is stored. CPU don't have any memory. CPU contains some instructions. CPU basically contains, okay, some instructions. It means a basic functions like how to receive a data, how to calculate based on how to understand your instruction, how to understand your instruction. So based on that, how what to do, like that. That kind of some instructions are with it, and also it contains a cache memory. It contains a cache memory. Cache memory. This memory is for just for loading instruction from the RAM to CPU when you are loading. So cache will load it and give it to CPU. Pure form of CPU don't have any memory, but CPU contains some cache memory. Just like if you see, you can go to the task manager. So performance, you can click CPU and also you can see L1 cache, L2 cache, L3 cache. So like this is the cache memory. So whenever CPU running instruction or processing something, if needed data, it will take the data from your RAM or IO devices. Okay, anything. Mainly, it will take it data from the RAM only, but it won't take it directly. It load to the cache to CPU. Yeah, tell me. Someone trying to ask question. So like this. This is the a cache memory. So why need a cache memory? So CPU, when it is trying to transfer the data or receive the data from the RAM, so the speed of the CPU is different, and speed of the RAM is little different. Okay, so like CPU speed is very high, and RAM speed is lower than a CPU. So to match the speed of data delivering to CPU, so compulsory we need a cache. I can give a lot of example, but it will killing the time, but so it's okay. Okay, see, I will give you one simple example. Two examples are there, but one example now it will tell. If you wanna, why this is a speed match is very important. When you go to any construction site, go to any construction means very basic, like a house construction sites. Okay, so see, there is a person. Okay, and there is a bricks, lot of bricks are there, and here in a, like a, so ground to first floor something. Okay, people will carry the bricks, and also they will he will throw the bricks towards him. He will catch the brick and put it like this, for if it is very shorter the distance or a shorter height. So you don't they won't take much time to carry and go to that place, like that. But if it is a shorter distance or shorter height, they'll throw the bricks easily. He will catch it and put it very thing. If he is very faster, what happened? He couldn't catch, and it will damage. If he is a very slow, meantime he will take a rest, and immediately meantime he throw the brake, he may not catch immediately. So you have to keep both in a same match the speed, and keep them busy till the work is done. Same thing, cahce is very useful. It keep giving the instruction as a CPU speed, and also load the instruction to the cahce as a RAM to a CPU speed match, while it matches that speed, and it is accurate, and delivery speed optimized to the CPU speed also. Okay, so this is the main other advantage of cahce. Okay, so cahce increase speed of the processing also because of the maximum data it will deliver. Yeah. Okay. Is anyone trying to ask question or talk? I hear some noise, but I didn't see. Okay. So I am not getting any voice. I didn't able to hear. If you are anybody speaking, speak loudly or put a question in a chat box. Also. I think everybody is in mute condition. Only. Hussein is trying to speak something. I didn't get Hussein. You're unable to hear your voice. Can you speak loudly or put a question in chat box? Okay. Voice is low for me. Okay, guys. Yeah. Okay. So this is basic information of CPU, and little bit more is there. So these cache memories are L1, L2, L3 cache memory. L3 is depends upon manufacturer or depends upon CPU. It varies. Okay, it varies from a CPU to other CPU. Okay, sometimes L3 cache won't be there in certain CPUs. Okay, so example, some CPU having a 3 MB. For example, mine is having 3 MB. If you take a servers like that is having a 12 MB. Okay, 4 MB, 6 MB, 24 MB, just like a cache will be there. Yeah, Kumaran. Yeah, there is a chat box question. Cache memory, the cache is a temporary one. Cache is a temporary one. Actually, I said two examples, right? Very good. Two example. I didn't tell another example, but here also we can tell like very simple. It's a cache is a intermediate type, right? So it take the data and give the data, and it is clean. Otherwise, what happen? Just for example, understand why we need other questions. Simple. You have a pen drive. It is a 4 GB pen drive. One is very simple, small pen drive, 4 GB pen drive. Okay, and you give it to your friend that please load some softwares and some movies, songs like that, right? So you give it to your friend. Your friend fully loaded this 4 GB. For example, he put a something like a 3 GB data. For example, out of 4 GB, he put some 3 GB data, or maybe 3.5 or 3.8 like that. So you give it 3 GB data. Currently, data in this 4 GB is 3 GB. Okay, think like that. And you took this pen drive and connected to your laptop, and you copied a data. I said copy. It means you have a data, and also you are having a data in your pen drive. Now you given to another friend or someone, and you said put some data in my pen drive. He tried to put some 2 GB data into this same pen drive. What will happen? He cannot put it. Why? Because already 3 GB occupied, 1 GB free, but yeah, he's trying to put a 2 GB. So it is already data is there. It means you can't put the data. So what you have to do after copying? After copying, you have to delete it. You have to delete the data, right? Similarly, yeah. Tell me. Here I don't know who is speaking as. Yeah. Okay. Hello. This is the maximum only. Okay. Similarly, RAM, from RAM to CPU, data go to cahce, cahce to CPU, and remove it. So it's not required to store. permanently. It's stored in a temporary only. Same thing, CPU to RAM. So once process is done, and it is give to RAM only, but through cahce. So cahce stores the data and give to the RAM. So this is what happens. And why other things like CPU to keyboard, CPU to things are not there now? It won't be like that. So through RAM only, it connects to the IO controller. There is IO controller. Through IO controller, the data will be go to your IO devices like a monitor, keyboard, mouse. Okay, so there is a IO controller. Through IO controller only, the data will be give or take. Like keyboard is the input device, so keyboard to IO controller to the RAM, RAM to the CPU. Monitor is a output device, so IO controller data go to IO controller to monitor. Okay, same thing go for everything like your network connections, mouse connection, or a printer connection, so our scanner connection, our speaker, mic, everything goes to the IO controller. So RAM send a data and receive the data from the IO controller. RAM to the CPU, intermediately a cache memory. Cache memory is an integral part of your CPU. Okay, basically while they're constructing a CPU, it is a integral part. Okay, so it varies from one processor to another processor. Currently my processor is 3 MB, depends upon which processor you purchase. On another hand, so L1 and L2 cache is mostly it is standard. So there's not a much difference between one processor to another processor, but mostly there are same for almost all processor. Of course, L1 having a instruction cache, data cache type, so it is splitted like a 64 plus 64. Okay, so like this. So this is for an instruction cache, and this is for a data cache purpose. Load instructions. This is loader. So it is look like a very small, okay, but it is very faster and it is immediately deliver the data. Okay, and next about the CPU, different manufacturers are there. Like first one is Intel. Currently these two are in a competition, but there is other competitions also there, but mainly in a market Intel and AMD. Okay, and other things like via just like we can see via chipsets, Motorola. Okay, Motorola is one of the earlier days, the first mobile processor is actually by Motorola only. Okay, via and Intel, AMD, these are a manufacturer of your CPUs. Intel is basically from the actually we are mostly we are using Intel, and next one is AMD. Okay, so when you purchase any CPU, like you want to purchase a CPU, few things you must check it. Of course, based on usage, what type of purpose you are using a CPU. For example, for me, classes, virtual machines. Okay, I have a virtual machines in my computer, right? So like I need a more virtual machines. I want to do it more processing related, more classes. Now see, I connected with GoTo Meeting and Google Meet, and I'm also recording the screen. And GoTo Meeting recording is also going PPTs, browser requirements, right? So more processing power I require. Currently I have a i5 processor, but I need a little bit much better than i5 or a new version of i5. Okay, as per my current requirements. Some people only do browsing, some people only attend the classes only, they don't do it. You need to do practice, like virtual machines, installation of some applications, like that. You need to know to practice some things like a windows servers, networking related, like a ccna classes, or like that. You want to learn some subject. Based on that, you need a computer power. So compulsory know what speed you required, what how many cores we require. Speed is one thing. Nowadays, compulsory number of cores. Now every processor is a multi-core processor. Like your mobile phone is like a deca-core, octa-core, hexa-core. You know the when you purchase a mobile earlier days, now it is also there also. Okay, so if you 1 hour you purchasables, 8 core processor, 10 core processor, deca core, octa core processor, like that. Okay, so this is a number of cores. Number of cores means single processor is divided into a small cores. Okay, it is a single processor, it is divided into multiple parts. Like this is a single processor, it is divided, sorry, it divides like this. So it divided into four means it is a quad, means 4 core processor. Okay, hyper threading, listen carefully. So it is a threading, threads. Thread means each core is divided into two parts. So then it is a single processor, but it is works like a 8 core processor. It's a octa core type processor. Okay, it is actually single processor divided into four parts, and each part is divided into two parts, like with a hyper threading. Sometimes no threads, it means it's a four parts only. Like you take old i3 processor, only two parts. i5 processor, four parts. i7 is also four parts with threads. Like so compulsory go to which processor you want to buy. Go to that processor manufacturer website and check it what type of processor it is. So for example, i3, recently I purchased a processor for my my personal purpose, like that. So like that, so 9100f, this model I purchased. I put it this, and I'm going to website, see, intel.com or askintel.com, like that. Says 6 MB cache memory, it is a L3 cache memory. It is a speed 4.2 gigahertz speed. Someone give a 2 rating for this. Okay, now Alan, it's a ninth generation i3 processor. Okay, total cores, okay, total cores are 4, total threads are 4 only. What is this core? So this is the core. What is this total core? See, core is a hardware term that describe the number of independent central processing unit in the single computing component. It means it's a single chip, but it contains multiple processors inside. Okay, what is the number of threads? You can see on a performance. So it is not given correct one, but thread means it is for to improve the performance. Each core is having a uh, multiple multiplicating single processor. And also you can see remaining things, of course, how much ram, maximum ram you can use for that one, what type of ram model you have to use it. Okay, ddr4. Okay, so you can also see the cache memory, you can see the cache memory, what is the bus speed you will get it. What is the socket type? 1151. What is the socket type? 1151. Okay, do you have a virtualization technology? Yes. If you don't have virtualization technology, no, means don't buy that kind of processor. And 64-bit instructions. So compulsory nowadays we are using a computer with a 64 bit only, not 32 bit. 32 bit is a older one, and we are not having any advantages of 32 bit now. All kind of applications, virtualization kind of stuff support now in a 64 bit manner compulsory. When you are buying a new laptop or a desktop, it is already 64 bit, but better to check if you are purchasing a desktop. Okay, don't buy 32 bit kind of stuff. Okay, go with the 64 bit only. 64 bit compulsory. Intel virtualization must be yes. So if you want, you can select this one and read what is this. Okay, so what is this Intel virtualization? Also I'm giving. Guys, when you people are learning, so they prefer some website kind of stuff. Of course, that is also good. My point is to learn something uh, with a zero point. I'm telling, not in a point of something very high. I'm telling in a zero way. See, it is everything. It is available where you are searching for something. Okay, it is available in Google. It is available in their direct websites like this. What is this instruction set? Okay, basic set of commands and instructions that microprocessor understand and carry out. The value show represent which Intel instruction set with the processor compatible with, like 64-bit instruction. Okay, Intel 64-bit. Okay, what is Intel 64-bit? Also, it is given. Okay, so we'll go to the other processor. So I will show you that one also. No, no, not this one. So I will go to new one. So it is like this. This is the 10th generation. You can also try 11th generation also, just to show the cores part only. See, number of cores are 4, number of threads are 8. See, when I show you this one, this is the 4 4. It means it like a one single processor divided into 4 parts. It is also one processor divided into 4 parts, but each part divided again double. So then obviously it is look like 8 core processor only. Performance of a single processor is like a 8 processor performance. You will get it. Okay, and also you can see 128 memory size. This is the type of RAM you can able to check it. And this is the graphic memory. You can see, if you see this one, why I showed my that one, so you cannot see any graphic kind of stuff. If you look at this one, you can't see any graphic related thing. Why? Because of this processor don't have any graphic memory. A processor contains a basic graphic memory to get a display on the screen. Otherwise, you have to put a graphic card. I'm using a graphic card here because of this processor. This is don't require any graphic card because of it is given some graphic memory like a Intel graphic 350. So it you can get a some display. And also how much graphical card you can use it. If you are using this processor is up to 64-bit 64 GB graphic card, you can use it. And also you will get resolution if you are using HDMI kind of stuff. So up to like 4K display you will get it. Okay, so Intel i3 10th generation. This is Intel i3 10th generation. You will get a 4K display also using this processor. And also see there is some more game related support is also there. This is the socket. This is the socket. So what is this socket? I'm just search in a Google about what is this socket number. So you can see a processor contains a pins. Depends upon that number of pins, it is showing that number. The relevant socket is also there. I will show you that one. This time want to go this one, Amazon. I said second one is the lot of information you will get it in the direct sites, and also you will get the information from your e-commerce website like a Amazon and Flipkart. You will get some information. So this is i5 processor, that is i5 processor supporting this socket also. Okay, so it will also give some information. See, 12 MB cache, how much speed of the processor. Okay, like that. So what are the other features also you will get it, what kind of chipset it will support. But I want this one, not that one. This is the motherboard. This is the motherboard socket. Okay, LGA212XX, it is showing in a black one. So the metallic part you are looking at, that is a socket. So you have to insert a processor inside of that one. See, like this is the one. Okay, so this is a complete motherboard, and this is the where your CPU goes into the motherboard. Okay, so different CPU motherboard contains different type of pin kind of stuff. You have to choose when you purchasing a processor. You have to choose the a proper motherboard also. Okay, like this is a processor which we seen. Okay, and this is the RAM cost. Okay, RAM also you have to check it based on the processor, and what is this RAM is supporting RAM or not, like that we have to check it. Okay, so that is one part. Okay, here it, if you, sorry, some, so where we are actually at a CPU, right? So first one is speed of the CPU. So compulsory, what is the speed? It means it's called as a clock speed. Normally example I'm reading. Okay, so like a 4.3 gigahertz processor. Okay, it is look like this one. Number of cores, like a 4 core, 8 core, 6 core. Like you can try different type of Intel processors, like i3, i5, i7. I'm giving regular models now. So one is Pentium, dual core type processors, but i3 currently good processor. Means if you are basic user, go for i3. You are a professional user, go for i5, like for your practical center. So if you are need more speed, advanced users kind of stuff, i7, and i9 is also in the market. You are very very basic processor, so the very basic like a Pentium gold processor is there. So that is also similar cost as a i3, but this is a dual core processor. Okay, Intel models, and also you can go to AMD. AMD is also giving Athlon processor is there. Okay, Athlon. There are different. Ryzen is a new processor, and in a Ryzen also different models are there. Be careful when you are choosing a AMD type of processors. Okay, so yeah, like this. Okay, so AMD processor won't support Intel supported motherboards, so be careful, both sockets are different. If you see, this is the Ryzen 7, and with this model it is a 32,000 like that. But if you go the lesser the processor model, then lesser the cost. Go to the higher is higher the cost. So like see, it is a 25,000 only. Okay, it is a 25,000. So I'm going to the processor part only. So see, this is a Athlon processor. It is a 6,700 current price. Okay, so like that. So you can see See, this is the 6700. This is a 8000. It's a dual core, but it is 4 core processor, 10th generation. Okay. See, this is the 5 Ryzen 5. Ryzen 5. This is also Ryzen 5. So if you go to Ryzen 3, it is a little bit lesser cost. So you want more graphic kind of stuff, multimedia. So that means go for AMD. You need a more processing power, virtualization kind of stuff, then go for Intel. That's a very simple difference. But compulsory, you have to look at the differences. Like so, max RAM support. Okay, max RAM support, socket or a slot. Some are slot type. Okay, so then also I'm typing. Okay, slot type. Okay, socket type. Like a example LGA 1200 or AM4 type. Like this, a different type of slot sockets or a slots type is there. Max RAM support. You have to check the maximum RAM. How much RAM support is there? Okay, RAM type support. So max RAM support is like a 64 GB. Okay, like a DD, or if you purchase anything latest, it is a DDR4, DDR3 like that. So compulsory verify your processor to RAM compatibilities. I'm giving just for an example how the things are look like. Okay, so different things are there. Ryzen 3, Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, Ryzen 9 is also there. Okay. So don't put a money when you are purchasing a computer on unnecessary things. Like a lot of people will buy speakers, loudspeakers kind of stuff. Okay, big screens kind of stuff, or a multimedia, or a lights. RBG. Earlier, multimedia is a costlier one. Now it is RBG type. So don't put waste money on your different type of keyboards or a cabinet cooling system and all. So invest based on your processor. Try to put a maximum RAM like a 8 GB, 16 GB. Don't go with the 4 GB waste. 4 GB waste. 8 GB, 16 or a 32 like that. So 8 and 16 good. 8 is better. Okay, so 8 is always better. Okay, so 8 GB RAM, or a if you want, then 16 GB. That is for you, it is always enough. Okay, so go with like that. Okay guys, this is about your CPU. So, and also I told about cache memory. Okay, so find out, check the cache memory also when you are purchasing a CPU. Also you have to check it in your system also, what is the cache memory like that. Okay, this is about your CPU. So next part I will go with the RAM, then I will go to BIOS also. Just take 10 minutes break. Okay, take a 10 minutes break. This is enough. We'll stop.